Summary of the Assam Tribune, 2nd September, Wednesday 2020. Number 1. National Education Policy. It is a comprehensive framework to guide the development of education in the country. National Education Policy was first passed in 1964 based on a recommendation of D.S. Kothari Committee. Till now, India has three education policies: 1968, the second in 1986. The 1986 has been revised in 1992 by the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao. The third and the latest national education policy was released in 2020. The new national education policy proposes some drastic changes, including opening up of Indian higher education to foreign universities. It also seeks to dismantle the UGC and the AICTE. It seeks to introduce a 4-year multidisciplinary undergraduate program with multiple exit options, and it also seeks to discontinue the MPhil program. National education policy says students until class 5 should be taught in the mother tongue or regional language. Unlike the 10 plus 2 structure, the new national education policy pitches for a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 design corresponding to the age group of 3 to 8, also called foundational stage, 8 to 11 preparatory, 11 to 14 middle, and 14 to 18 secondary. This brings early childhood education, also known as preschool education for children of ages 3 to 5, under the ambit of formal schooling. Number 2. Appropriation Act. An Appropriation Act in India is an act of parliament which allows withdrawal of fund from Consolidated Fund of India or the Consolidated Fund of States in case of state budgets. As per Article 114, the government can withdraw money from the Consolidated Fund only after receiving approval from the Parliament of the country. The bill has got both votable as well as non-votable expenditures. While the Finance Bill contains provisions on financing the expenditure of the government, the Appropriation Bill specifies the quantum or the amount and a purpose for withdrawing the money. Once the Lok Sabha has passed the Appropriation Bill, there cannot be any amendment in either House of Parliament. Once the bill gets President's assent, it becomes Appropriation Act. Number 3. Autonomous Council. The Autonomous District Council (ADCs) are institutions of local governance created under the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India with executive, legislative, and judicial powers. The 6th schedule was designed to protect tribal identity, preserve tribal custom and tradition, and above all, protect indigenous systems of management over their land, forest, and natural resources. As per the 6th schedule, the 4 states, namely Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram, contain the tribal areas, which are technically different from the scheduled areas. Though these areas falls within the executive authority of the state, provisions has been made for the creation of district councils and regional councils for the exercise of the certain legislative and judicial powers. Each district is an autonomous district, and governor can modify or divide the boundaries of the said tribal areas by notification. Number 4. Election Commission. The Constitution under Article 324 provides for an election commission to prepare the electoral rolls, to conduct elections to state legislature as well as parliament, and to the offices of President and the Vice President of India. Thus, the Election Commission is responsible for both the centers and states elections. The Election Commission shall consist of the Chief Election Commissioner and number of other election commissioners which the President can fix from time to time. The appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners shall be made by the President of India. Though the Chief Election Commissioner is the chairman of the Election Commission, however, his powers are equal to other election commissioners. All the matters in the commission are decided by the majority amongst its members. The Chief Election Commissioner and the 2 other election commissioners receive equal salary, allowances, and other benefits. Number 5. West Bank. West Bank is a landlocked territory near the Mediterranean coast of Western Asia. It is being bordered by Jordan to the east and a green line separating it and Israel on south, west, and north. The West Bank also contains a significant section of the western Dead Sea shore. The West Bank was captured by Jordan after the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, and in the 1967, Israel snatched it back and occupied it since then. Israel has built some 130 formal settlements in the West Bank and a similar number of smaller, informal settlements that have grown over the last 20 to 25 years. The United Nations General Assembly UNGA, the United Nations Security Council, and the International Court of Justice have said that the West Bank settlements are violative of the Fourth Geneva Convention. The Fourth Geneva Convention states that occupying power shall not deport or transfer parts of its own population, that is, the population of Israel, into the territory that it occupies. Number 6. Sati Radhika Award to Evlantais Sazem. Evlantais Sazem, a noted social worker from Dima Hasao, has been recognized by the Government of India and will be conferred the Maiden Sati Radhika Award. Sazem has been consistently working for education and women empowerment in Jatinga and other villages for many decades. Sati Radhika was a saint lady contemporary of the great Vaishnavite saint Srimanta Sankardev, who played a significant role in the propagation of the Ekasharan Nam Dharma, the Assamese variant of the Vaishnavite Bhakti movement. Number 7. Jatinga. Jatinga is a place in Dima Hasao district of Assam. The place has been center of attraction for the bird lovers and common people because of mass deaths of local migratory birds. The phenomenon happens on moonless and foggy dark nights at the ends of the monsoon months. The environmentalists have come to the conclusion that birds are disturbed by high velocity winds at their roost, and when they fly towards light as refuse, they are hit with bamboo poles and get killed or injured. Number 8. Urea fertilizer. Urea, also known as carbamide, is an organic compound. It serves as an important source of nitrogen in agriculture. In fact, urea has the highest nitrogen content, which is about 46% among all solid nitrogenous fertilizers in common use. The NPK content, nitrogen, P for phosphorus, K for potassium, of urea is represented as 46:0:0. Neem coated urea policy 2015. The government has made it mandatory for domestic fertilizer farms to neem coat at least 75% of their urea production to prevent diversion of urea for industrial use. Number 9. Bongaigaon Refinery. Bongaigaon Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited (BRPL) was incorporated as a Government of India undertaking under the administrative control of Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas on 20th February 1974. The company became a subsidiary of the Indian Oil Corporation on 29th March 2001 after government disinvested its share. It is one of the 4 oil refineries of one. The other 3 refineries are located at Digboi, which is the oldest in Asia, Nunmati in Guwahati, and Nubaligarh. Number 10. DBT or PEHL scheme of LPG. The direct benefit transfer of LPG, DBTL or PEHL, Pratyaksh Hastantrit Lav scheme was initially launched in 2013 and a modified version was launched in 2015. Under this scheme, the government subsidy is paid directly into the account of the beneficiary. The scheme functions under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India. Thank you for today.